Let's talk to the average American right now. You know, I talk to millions of people every day on my channel, and what I hear a lot is, well, Bitcoin's already over 100K. I can't buy one whole Bitcoin anymore. You know, I could buy maybe 0.1 Bitcoin or a fraction of a Bitcoin, but I don't know, it doesn't seem worth it. What would you tell to somebody that is saying, you know, should I buy 0.1 Bitcoin? Is a fraction of one Bitcoin worth it?
I think without question. Listen, I think for everyone, the second you get in it, right? Even as a student of finance and whatever it may be, once you're vested, all of a sudden you're paying attention. You're in the details. You don't have to buy 100,000 at Bitcoin. Like you buy as much as you can, whatever percent you can, and once you have that vesting, you're all of a sudden committed. You're paying attention to the details, you're understanding the game a lot more, you figure it out. I mean, people have said, hey, Bitcoin's too expensive, they said it at 1,000, they said it at 10,000, they said it at 50,000, this is a story that's pretty old right now. This has been going on for over a decade where it's too much. So, I think it's just important to get people in the game, to start understanding that, to utilize the other platforms, to be able to figure out DeFi. I think the more you do that, the more people are vested, the further away you get away from the traditional finance systems, and I think the whole community grows accordingly.
Guys, there's one other aspect about this. I mean, all of us travel all over the world. Don and I travel hundreds of thousands of miles a year. I'm telling you right now, everybody in the world wants Bitcoin. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're, royal families. I don't care if you're the biggest, financial institutions. Everybody wants Bitcoin. Everybody is buying Bitcoin. If you go back 12 months, there were probably less than 100 companies that were treasuring Bitcoin that really had any. And now every single day it's another sovereign wealth fund. Look what GameStop just did. Look what Truth Social did. Every single day, people are allocating billions and billions of dollars to it. Point one.
This is so Trump. Everybody's buying Bitcoin. It's the biggest revolution ever. It's the greatest thing you've ever seen. The whole world, they're buying every day. It's billions and billions of dollars every day.
I mean, it is very much Trump rhetoric, but there's also some truth in it, which is why his rhetoric is so fucking good, is that cultural transmission occurs through imitation. And that's especially acute in financial spaces where the performance is very cut and dry.
Yeah.
Right? MicroStrategy has gone from an $800 million market cap to $100 billion or whatever the numbers are now in 4 years, 5 years. Like, what other company has done that?
Yeah.
Right? And when it's that dry and algorithmic, and he's open sourced the fucking playbook to the world, like, don't be surprised when there's a tidal wave of imitators coming in behind you.
Yeah. I'm actually a little bit surprised that the corporate adoption has been a little slow. It seems like some things are happening very quickly.
Yeah.
But that one, like, Microsoft voted it down. Like, I can understand that, but, like, I thought we would have more corporations coming.
I too have been very surprised at how slow the imitation is occurring.
Yeah.
Actually, Saylor himself said to me at some point, expressing this concern, he goes, there's only a certain, what term did he use? Throughput, that which a profound idea can permeate the minds of human beings. Which is maybe a nice way of saying people are stupid, so it takes time.
Yeah. Another one I think I heard him say in a conversation with you is like, look, you can't have this happen too fast. Like, you'll break the sound barrier, you'll rip the wings off the vessel. Yeah.
One Bitcoin is going to be worth an absolute fortune. And, look at the OTCs. The OTCs have the least amount of Bitcoin ever on their books, right? I mean, the arrow's going straight down as the price of Bitcoin is going straight up. I've got a dear friend. He spoke on the stage before, Simon from Metaplan, and I asked him, what's the hardest problem? And he goes, honestly, we're running out of Bitcoin. It's hard to find on the exchanges. I mean, guys, everybody wants it. No one wants to get rid of it. Everybody wants it as a balance sheet item. Every family, and this isn't America. This is the entire Middle East. This is Africa. This is all of Asia. This is, Fortune 500. I mean, this is the biggest, private offices. Everybody wants it. No one wants to get rid of it, and it's incredibly powerful. And I think you're going to see the value skyrocket. So don't be afraid of the integer. You don't need to buy things in whole integers. You can buy things in fractions of integers. And I think that's actually how Satoshi designed the system, to actually be designed to buy in fractions of integers. We just are so early to the game that some of us have been lucky enough to buy, full Bitcoin or many full Bitcoin, but don't let that deter you from getting in there, because this is an asset, and this is an asset that is absolutely unstoppable.
Word.
Translation, Bitcoin is the economic singularity, right? I've been saying this for a long time. It sucks in everything, sucks in all the liquid value, sucks in the mind share, sucks in the capex, the opex, the energy. Like it's an economic singularity. And so what you should be afraid of, if you're asking for my advice, is actually that, having zero.
Yeah.
If you have zero of the number zero, if you could own shares in the number zero, right? When it's coming online as like the dominant mathematical network of the world, imagine if you could own a monetizable piece of that thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a good analogy for owning some Bitcoin.
Well, and we're going through, I kind of think about this as this period of time where we're going through this great demonetization, where all this monetary energy is locked up in all of these assets, $900 trillion worth of assets. It's estimated that half of that value is just monetary premium. And so the upside until we get to a $450 trillion market cap, obviously the nominal value will be higher, is immense. But even when we have like full saturation, Bitcoin will still appreciate at a faster rate than everything else because we're making more of everything else and we're not making more Bitcoin. So it will always appreciate at a faster rate on average than everything else. And it'll always be the best asset or monetary instrument to purchase, regardless of the price.
Correct. That's absolutely correct. And then just one other little caveat to consider is like, by virtue of it being really hard to steal and impossible to inflate, that increases human productivity, which actually causes its purchasing power to go up even faster. Because the zero-sum game of stealing doesn't work anymore, so now everyone has to get their ass to work and produce something. And the more things that get produced, the more the purchasing power of Bitcoin goes up. Yeah,
and it kills the Cantillon effect of fiat. Goes away. You don't you don't have this have yachts world where the property owning class appreciates at whatever the debasement rate of the currency is or the inflation rate. So it's 10%, you got $100 million worth of real estate. Year one, you got $110 million. You could lever up, take half of that newfound equity, which you didn't earn. It's just because of the fiat debasement. And actually on that note, I've thought a bit about this. Bitcoin, isn't it a good like release valve or an escape for a lot of the debasement? So as we go into these potentially hyperinflationary environments that a lot of people are concerned about, Bitcoin is going to capture a lot of that inflation so that housing and food and goods and services won't inflate as much.
I mean, I don't know. That's, I guess, to be seen. Safety has the whole smooth transition hypothesis.
Yes.
Bitcoin could actually suck the disaster out of some of these hyperinflations and let people transition to a sound money more seamlessly. I don't know. I guess the verdict is out, right?
Yeah, I mean, if Bitcoin 10x tomorrow, doesn't cause any problems for anybody as far as I can tell. But if real estate goes up 5x over the next few years, it's going to contribute to homelessness.
Yeah.
I think it was only a couple of weeks ago that marked the anniversary of the infamous pizza purchase, RIP. It wasn't that long ago that it took 10,000 Bitcoin to buy just 2 pizzas. 0.1 Bitcoin at that time would maybe equate to a crumb. 0.1 Bitcoin today is like 1,000 pizzas. Take that into perspective. 0.1 Bitcoin today, 1,000 pizzas. Tomorrow, someday in the future, a luxury car, a house, a plane. It's not about the ownership of Bitcoin. It's just the love for Bitcoin is so clearly growing and spreading across everyone. Just start accumulating. Just start accumulating once that 10 Satoshis, 100 Satoshis, it's never too late.
Well, they agree, and that's worldwide, right? You just got to get off of zero, Mike, right? Just get off of zero. That's it. Start one Satoshi at a time, stack the sats, get off of zero.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, click here to find more just like it, and here to find our most recent episode. Also, make sure to like this video to help shine light on the corruption of money, and be sure to subscribe to this channel to stay connected.